Loomis, the main slasher character in the horror film Scream, exemplifies the lifestyle of a mass murderer. But what is the key behind these killings? Where does it stem from? Possibly his family history or his own mental problems. He was not always deemed to be a murderer, from dating Sydney to trying to be a quote-unquote romantic boyfriend of some sorts. We see in the beginning his essential loving side towards Sydney, the casual sneak through the window shot. Billy was not always a slasher killer from the start. This is also where Billy mentions The Exorcist. Throughout the film, as we see his character develop his deep down emotions from trauma, essentially those turn into the murderer he is. Actual murderers always have a motive or reasoning to why they become the killer they are. The emotional trauma that Billy Loomis's character endures is what contributed to why he becomes a murderer. Billy's at-home life is a main factor into why he is a slasher. It is said that his father had an affair with Sydney's mother, his girlfriend's mother. The maternal abandonment from his father caused a disruption in his life. It is said that after seeing a video of his father as Sydney's mother, he decided to plot and murder Maureen Prescott, yet again, who is Sydney's mother, which is an example of how his maternal abandonment and trauma leads to his slasher behavior. His mother leaving him seemed to activate rage, and it contributes to why he went psychotic. Essentially, this killing is a revenge motive.
But this is life. This isn't a movie.
That's it. It's all a movie. It's all one great big movie.
Not only did trauma from his abandonment contribute to his killings, but so did his love for horror films. He mentions the movie Silence of the Lambs before him and Sydney have intercourse. After this, he explains that life is a movie, which can contribute to his killings, and how killing in a movie is just like life because it is a movie. Throughout the film, we see the many references to horror, to other horror films, such as ones like Halloween, Psycho, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Carrie, the list goes on. Even in the film, Billy mentions Norman Bates, and does the "we all go mad sometimes." All these references on horror films contribute to his excitement for killing. Some may say Billy had no motive, but watching horror films can incite a reasoning to kill. The possible enjoyment and want to feel how a killer feels. The ghost face mask can also be a tribute to the iconic Michael Myers mask, which most slashers have. In relation to Billy Loomis as Ghostface, we can connect his motives to Michael Myers. It is suggested that his actions were related to a disturbed childhood and trauma. Both characters having a bad home life cause psychological trauma on them, which can be one of the main reasons for becoming a murderer. Throughout the Halloween series, we see Michael Myers' motives to kill more and more. These motives are often found to be his own family. In contrast to Billy, he killed people close to him and out of rage, and some type of excitement that he got out of it, while Michael does it in a sense to get back at his family. Both killers entertain the idea that family trauma can make you go insane and kill people. Aspect, we can see a common theme. Serial killers want to kill because they have a strong desire to seek revenge. Just like Billy Loomis, he wanted to seek revenge, and well, he did accomplish that. An example is Ted Bundy, a notorious serial killer. Through research on him, many psychologists say that his motives are based on childhood anger and resentment. Again, which goes back to how Billy Loomis had abandonment issues and wanted to seek revenge on his mother for leaving. He looked towards his friends, especially Stu, when it came to committing the murders. Ted Bundy also had a bad breakup with his girlfriend, which influenced his pleasure and revenge for killing, which can be noted as him only killing women. Ted Bundy and Billy both had a revenge motive. Throughout the film, the murders get more terrorizing and gorier. By the end of the film, we see Sydney kill Stu, which is Billy's main accomplice. After that scene, we see Billy's downfall as a character. I think knowing his one friend that has been through it all with him set the tone for his own death. This idea can go back to how he is now all alone and truly abandoned. Stu is dead, and next thing you know, Cindy is going to kill Billy. After the trauma Billy endured to commit his crimes, he later dies, leaving his traumatic and psychotic life. Due to Sidney killing him, all's well that ends well in the film. Billy's trauma officially caught up to him and led to his death. His own revenge and motives ended up with him dying. Billy Loomis was not just a psycho killer, but had trauma and revenge on his mind. There is a reason behind his killings, and it is seen to come from abandonment and his love for horror. From the beginning, he searches for love by dating Sidney, till the end he loses. He's left alone and betrayed by Sidney, but the cycle of his psychosis is over.
Careful. This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare.
Ride by Casey Becker's house? No, I didn't. Sheriff, I didn't kill anybody.
Sidney!
Lawyer, Billy.
Sidney, come on, you know me! Sidney, look at me!
It's just me. Whoa. You still think it's me? What do I have to do to prove to